I would love to see a raise of hands when it comes to the topic of body image. How many of you have been told we should look in a mirror and just tell ourselves we're beautiful? I mean, that's the definition of insanity. We're going to keep repeating that and expecting a different result. We've not had long-term success with that. And it's because we're asking the wrong question. Instead of going and looking in the mirror and saying, you're beautiful, but I don't really believe you, but I'm just going to tell myself because I'm told I'm supposed to do it. It's supposed to make me feel better. I'm just going to do the affirmations, but really I know I'm lying to myself. All right, good pep talk. Why don't we look in the mirror and say, why am I not allowed to feel beautiful? That is a question that will lead you to ask more questions, that will lead you to answers that are going to allow you to learn how to define beauty for yourself.
Body acceptance is a big issue lately, and model Katie H. Willcox is on the forefront.
This isn't about being thin or not being thin. This is about raising a generation of women to think that in order to have value, you need to look one way. I started to examine how these forms of advertising, these tactics, were being worked into the markets and the commercials and the things that we see, the things that I was a part of without even consciously being aware that I was a part of it.
We're going from self-love to self-loathing. And we really need to take a look and examine why, even when we look a certain way, even when we have the things we're told we should want, we're not actually fulfilled. And it's never enough.
Model Katie Willcox has been a size 6 and a size 14 and everything in between.
I know I'm getting the success that everyone says as a girl you want to be a model and be working, but it wasn't fulfilling for me because I really didn't feel happy with myself or my body.
The smallest, I was a size 6 and I was still doing plus size. I've never actually not been a plus size model. And what I realized is I wasn't happy at any of those sizes because I wasn't happy as a person. I wasn't happy with myself, and I only identified myself as body. What we get sold is beauty-based, because if we're not beautiful, then we hold no value.
My name is Katie, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm also highly pregnant right now, and good news is it's not contagious, so you guys are fine. What we're going to be talking about today is the media, because obviously we live in a time and a culture where it's everything. The problem is we haven't really been given tools to manage that information in a healthy way.
Before we can understand that properly, we have to know how our mind stores information. So over time, there have been very smart people that have analyzed how groups of people think and operate. And then they also realize how they can manipulate us by applying messaging to our subconscious mind.
This guy right here is named Sigmund Freud.
He developed the theory that we all have human desires, that we hide there and we repress from society. And it was his nephew, Edward Bernays, who took his uncle's theories and he started using them for propaganda war campaigns. He realized it's really easy to manipulate people, and he can make money doing this.
That you could take these objects and connect them and advertise them in a way that's connecting to your emotional desire, and subconsciously you will want to support that movement or purchase that product.
By making people have irrational ideas about an image or about a product because it had to do with how you wanted to be seen by others. So it's not rational, it's irrational. So I'm going to give you some modern day examples of how you're being advertised to you this exact same way.
This is my body.
This is my body.
This is my favorite body.
My body is sexy.
Sexy.
Is sexy.
There's a body for everybody.
Did anyone notice how they said there's a body for everybody, but showed the same body?
In slightly different shades. But I'm pretty sure it was the exact same body. What about sexy? That was used a bunch, but you have to whisper it because it's more effective. We're working with girls to say, hey, we're smarter than this. We're waking up, we're having a consciousness to go, wait, I'm gonna think for myself, and what you just said makes no sense. This might be confusing, especially for young girls, because again, they're living up to an idea that's selling them love and acceptance, not selling them a bra and underwear. And then it's saying, love your body like this, my body's sexy, all of these things that we don't even recognize but are being stored. So we're retaining it, we're just not consciously retaining it. And it does have an effect on our decision making.
You also said on your site, healthyistheNewSkinny.com, that the media manipulates the idea of beauty, which you and I were just discussing.
And for me with modeling, I always thought, oh, if I could have a cover of a magazine, then I would have really made it. I really thought that would have been the epitome of everything. But no one told me that I could have my own cover of a book that I just wrote. Nobody told me that.
So here's a recap of what the skinny ideal represents, which are all the things that we talked about. How many of you in here want all of those things? So again, tying this all together, we have normal human desires that every single person wants and every single person can have, but they're selling it to you in a way that you have to look like that in order to have it. And there's a reason why that's unattainable.
And I sat and I waited for the phone to ring and for my agents to tell me that I had booked something, and I sat and waited to be chosen. And that's really a cycle that I think as women we get into a lot. We sit and wait for other people to choose us to be someone great instead of choosing ourselves. So when it comes to the body image movement, it's very much has been, let's just say the words, I love myself, and prove to everyone how beautiful I am. And I think it really needs to go deeper than that. I think we need to take one step further to say, wait, if I love myself, how am I acting upon that each day? What am I doing to love myself, to honor my body, and to take care of the vessel that I have? And that's what our goal is with Healthy is the New Skinny. We need to replace the goal of being skinny with the goal of being healthy, and that is one that every woman can be successful with.
Well, that is a great, empowering, and healthy message. Thank you for joining us today.